Ooh, I like
First
that.
Target exclusive.
I don't know, guys. I'm just really not feeling all here tonight.
I don't know. Looks like you've been doing some fapping.
Or have you been playing Cyberpunk?
I'm still downloading, yes. So I really have nothing else to say right now.
That's a strong opening, fellas.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
That's a home run.
Fab Studios presents.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
We are, yes, honey, we are on.
And there's the intro. Honey, I'm on.
Good night, little one. I love you.
All right. See, Nightwinging them right there. Boom. Are you ever all there, Dave? We need this guy as a writer.
I just totally got us banned for YouTube for the night with having a little kid on here.
No, Kappa.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers Kappa.
You try Kappa, not if you try to Kappa feel at the wrong time.
Oh wait, do we have a thing for that, don't we? I think we have a thing for that.
What's our thing?
I think we have a thing for everything.
Take a seat.
Am I going to prison? What did he say?
he goes, am I being taped? Yes, you're being taped. Oh, crap. Am I going to be arrested? I like somebody in the comments for that said that guy's basically like when you try and feed a seal. Oh! If you don't know what I'm talking about, after the show, because you don't want to tune away from Figure Action, because hey, it's Thursday night, 9 o'clock. You got to tune in. You got to be live. You got to pop in that live chat over there. You got to leave a like because that helps us out. If you're not already, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and yeah, it's gonna be fun hanging out.
You all know how to YouTube by now.
Yeah,
like just do all the YouTube things. You know how to do it, especially if you click the tease videos. He tells you what to do in song form.
You gotta click them videos. But yeah, no, the Kit Kat Predator is the oh, see. All right, the Kit Kat Predator. Look up that video because that guy is he's something.
Soon to be a NECA exclusive. Wait, wrong Predator.
Wait, if NECA if NECA made those Predators. Anyway, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Hasbro FanFest kicked off today. The Pulse FanFest. We're going to be covering a lot of that stuff. We got some new Kingdom and Generation stuff to talk about. I already see people in the chat talking about it. We'll be covering those, so stay tuned. And T's already got T's playing with himself. Ladies and
on camera, no less.
With his child in the background.
It definitely feels like a
now he's holding Chris Hansen.
Like a 2-year-old when you pick it up by the underneath the armpit.
That struggles less though.
Take it to the playground.
We'll start with TMNT. How the hell are you? And did you get anything cool this week?
I am spectacular. It's a miracle that I'm here right now because I was working off of like zero sleep. I took a nap yesterday, late nap, and wound up not going to sleep. Then I had to go to work. So I was at work a couple times, but I got my second wind until 11 or whenever 10:30 when we stop. But I got some more clothes for my TV League dude. Punisher shirt, new pants.
Now,
he has an undershirt.
I gotta ask. There's a question you once asked Bobby Skullface. Do you have to iron those?
No, they are already crispy out the package. He thought that was so funny. I was like, well, that would have alleviated your issue if you just iron it. Like, I can't iron no clothes, Mac. But I got Sea Spray or Spindrift 2.0. This camera doesn't like white light.
I gotta say like one thing on that figure. For anybody who hasn't watch it, check out your review. I was not expecting there to be a little rotator piece for the Autobot insignia. I want Fans Toys. I want that to be like a standard feature on Fans Toys.
Yeah, I'm glad I paid attention to Pate because I don't read the instructions. After I watch Pate's videos, his live streams, I never look at the instructions. So if I didn't pay attention to that part, I would have completely missed it. The Target came through with my regular Batman Beyond with the face mask and no mouth, and the regular and the good batarangs. I'm happy about that. Sony TM Reviews, he picked these up. And good thing he did pick these up for me because I seen new figures at Target, but I didn't see these again. Air Razor and Huffer.
You're one of the cool kids now. Yay.
I'm not.
We know.
And I got 2 Cobra Infantry.
Oh, breathless.
Somebody said their little handguns look like Nerf guns. I don't know.
No, that way Hasbro has the rights to them.
Yeah. I showed Shao Kahn last week. But tonight, since we get a questionable amount of people anyway, it might not even matter for spoiling my toy. But I did pick up Studio Series Dinu, aka Mirage V127. And they had Starscream there in his pre-Earth mode. And so that I could get the $20 off of something, I picked up Ghost of Tsushima.
It's a good game.
Yeah, the soundtrack is excellent.
So I pretty much got this for $20.
It's worth it.
And because of that Ghostbusters teaser, I picked up some marshmallows with smiley faces on it.
You're welcome.
There you go.
You can watch you get diabetes right in front of us.
That's it. Every week, I'm usually eating some kind of junk, but that's it for me.
All right. Next up, the man with no face, the fat face.
All right, we'll get rid of this. What's up, everybody? Son of a gun. Anyway,
where was that when we were trying to do an opener?
I don't. This was, it just kind of.
That Ranger is just in the back judging you. He's just staring at you and he's judging you.
Dude, he's triggering the green screen too. I just noticed.
Yeah, that's what drew my attention.
That's actually, I can't wait till I unfold them fully and put them up there. That's going to be great.
That's what she said.
So this week, it's been an interesting week. The acquisitions are pretty light. I also got the Batman Beyond. And if you went on my Instagram, I did a little live cast unboxing of this guy so you can get my general feelings on him. The other one's supposed to be arriving in about 2 weeks, so I'll have 2 Batman Beyonds, but overall, yeah, I'm happy with it.
That live cast was on Instagram? The live cast was on Instagram?
Yeah.
Instagram is iffy and telling me when you do that.
Oh, well. At least I know that you pay attention to my Instagram.
I think the notifications,
which is at Trustarscreamer for those who really care. And then I also was able to get my hands on the purple on Sub-Zero Grape Edition. I always passed on the first one, but believe it or not, when I play Mortal Kombat Online, I actually use this costume scheme. So the one that's totally not Rain. So that was pretty cool. And then our little funny story this week, my daughter, who you saw very briefly for a minute there, when we did this whole moving thing, we kind of made her a promise that when we got a new house, that we were going to get her something to jump around in the backyard. So that is why we're currently looking for a Jumpoline right now. So,
what's a Jumpoline?
Oh, well, they used to be called Jumpolines, but ever since you know them as a trampoline, but they were called Jumpolines because originally, but then my ex-girlfriend used one.
You know what?
Ornaments
The way they work, they still could be called trampolines when I watch videos of people stomping on each other.
Or if you remember the end of the Old Man Show, that's a whole different thing together.
The Old Man Show. I mean, they could do that these days.
Dude, that show would not fly these days.
No,
I mean, like the Old Man Show.
Hello,
I know,
Jose.
Jimmy Kimmel, Adam Carolla. I was a very big fan.
Oh, yeah.
I used to watch Jimmy Kimmel when he was Ben Stein's sidekick, okay? So, but that's pretty much my week. Work's been kicking my butt in the good ways. And what's up, Jose Cortez? Good to see you. And of course, Mark 44 Prime, got to say hi to you. And that's been my crazy week. Back to you, Zero.
All right. Well, we got to talk to someone in here who's a real PFer. Partsformer, how the hell are you?
do you remember Win Ben Stein's money?
Yes, I do.
I was just referencing it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I wonder if he was the sidekick on that, because I remember watching that show, but I don't remember it. The details are fuzzy at best. Whatever happened to Ben Stein? Is he still alive?
He's
Barely.
up
Remember,
there.
he used to be one of Nixon. He actually was one of Nixon's advisors back in the day.
He was a speechwriter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, it's who went up to him and been like, you, sir, you could do a comedy bit. And you're like, you're funny. He's like, thank you. You know,
Have you heard of this movie called Ferris Bueller? You should be in it.
and from there, the rest is history. My week has been a week that I'm glad is mostly over. This is going to be real easy to go through because I got nothing this week. I think today was the first day I actually went to Target after work, and they had a whole lot of stuff I already had. So, I
got
really,
Cobra Troopers too. Forgot about those.
How many did you get?
2 for now.
2, with more on the way.
Yep.
I've got some orders here and there that are going to be coming in the next week or two, but other than that, it's super light. I'm just I throttled back a little bit, paying stuff down, and sort of, living the dream. Nothing too super exciting with me, so I'm gonna stop delaying and kick it over to Jordan to see what he got.
All right. Well, yeah, it's been a week for me. We're getting closer to the move. I have to be out of here by the 28th, so I don't know if I'm going to be on the next couple of shows, to be honest, because I really gotta hustle in getting out of here. Got most of my basement cleared out. The nerd room is basically all, well, the office is all basically all cleared out, but the nerd room is basically all cleared out. So we're going to start working on the upstairs, and we've got a plan to move most of the stuff out on the weekend of the 17th and 18th. The challenge is that work now wants me to start, not me, but my team, to start working weekends. And I had to have a talk with my boss today. Like, yeah, he knows I'm moving, but I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's going to work for me. So it's going to be an interesting few weeks. I've been getting cool stuff in, but kind of like when it happened to Dave and happened to Joe, it's like I got to leave stuff in the box. I've been taking stuff out, messing with it, and pretty much putting it back. So I got my Cobra Trooper, my first of 4. This one was from Amazon. The other 3 are coming in from BBTS, God knows when. I was fortunate enough to find a Bo-Katan in Walmart randomly. They had an end cap up with I forget what the new trooper's called, and then the 2 Bad Batch guys. I couldn't find Asajj Ventress. I'm still looking for her.
So I'm looking at the different group postings and people finding the figures.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ventress is going to be the one that's going to be hard to find. I've seen a bunch of posts about Bo-Katan and the Bad Batch guys and all that, but her, man, she's a ghost.
Yeah, because I missed out on the BBTS pre-order for her. I got Bo-Katan on BBTS, but I nixed that pre-order once I found her in the store. I found myself a Netflix Cheetor, which, if you get this guy, be super, super careful with his neck, because unlike the original Kingdom Cheetor, this piece is made of paper thin plastic. It's
Really?
ridiculous. Yeah. He looks substantially better than the Kingdom one, but he is, by comparison, like the neck piece for the cheetah. I mean, it's literally paper thin. Let me see if I can get this on camera.
I mean, I can still buy the original cheetah, or maybe I should go. I mean, it's like, do I want the paper? Do I want the quality, or do I want the paint?
I mean, yeah, and even just pulling this out, just by it rubbing up against the bottom of the robot head, it just stressed the plastic a little bit.
Okay, I'll go pick one of the old ones now.
Yeah, but like if you can see in here, this side's a little bit on the solid side, but this side is like party plate thin. Like it is literally like a party plate. That's how thin it is. And yeah, I like the deco, but for I'm not going to be messing with this thing too much, transforming it, because I'm not going to break it now. I mean, it's just a little bit stressed. It's fine. But yeah, just be careful. I mean, the rest of the figure feels fine. It's just that neck piece is very, very, very fragile. So he's just going to be in bot mode on display. And next up, I got yeah, I know a lot of people are going to frown on this one, but I kind of had to get it.
Boo this man. Boo him.
No, I like anything Optimus Prime I'll get. This is just a neat little novelty piece. So the 10-inch Optimus Prime pop. And finally, my lovely girlfriend got me a gift. She pre-ordered this a while back, but I got the Mandalorian helmet, and this thing is awesome. I had to rebox it because, again, I'm getting ready to put everything into the storage unit, but yeah, for the hell of it, we'll take it out here so I can show you all. Oh, I got Studio Series Bumblebee movie Starscream. I randomly found him at Target, and I got him for free, which is a fun story. I didn't shoplift him. It was when I got out of the store, I realized the cashier did not ring it up. So.
Oh, in case you're wondering, Jordan, the Ventress is still orderable on BBTS to release this month.
Oh,
so
shit.
if you want
I will go pre-order it. This is a really, really nice helmet. Like, I thought the Boba Fett helmet was really nice, and it is. But this one, ooh. Like, you can see on camera, it's reflecting by the monitor here. This is not chrome. This is just a really well done metallic paint. And this is much nicer than I was expecting. It's a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, but this isn't gloss. This isn't going to like scratch up from handling it. It's like a semi-gloss, but it's very reflective. And the inside's really well detailed, like the Boba Fett helmet.
How many times did you say this is the way while wearing it?
Once, and only once. But yeah, this is gonna look pretty nice on my display. I have a bunch of different helmets on display. I've got Luke and Poe's tie helmets. I've got Kylo Ren and Vader, and now I'll have the Mandalorian and Boba Fett next to each other. So I think that'll round out my display shelf pretty nice when I get the new setup going.
Manda Bros.
It'll finally be symmetrical, because it was like the Boba Fett was like the one-off. So, Mark 44, I agree. If they did Silverhawks in with that sort of paint, I'd be down, because chrome, man.
We know you're more of a duck, duck, go kind of guy.
Well, no, chrome's a browser. And Jedi Mind said, yeah, I didn't see Dino or B. Hopefully I'll find those two, but unfortunately they'll probably stay in box, because that's the thing that sucks. There you go. Mark 41 says, I'm going to get that helmet, wear it to bed, and tell the wife this is the way. Maybe that's why Alex bought it. And T-Fan Page says, got it this week, Kingdom Earthrise Prime, select deep cover. That's a very good haul. All right. Well, let's get into some news. We got a lot of Transformers news to talk about. I guess let's get the big one out of the way first. So, IGN broke the news early this week about a lot of Kingdom figures. I guess we had an idea were coming, but we didn't have anything concrete. So let's get into them. Let's talk about them. Let me share my screen here. Oh, and actually, one more thing too, before we get into news. Buy our shirts on Teespring, the FAP shop. And if you don't have, well, actually, if you're watching tonight, towards the end of the show, we're going to keep a running tab of everybody in the chat, and I'll be giving away a figure action shirt before we wrap up tonight. So.
What's shaking, Alex?
Yeah, always good to see Alex. So let's get back into.
Let's screw Sportimus at night.
Oh, gotta love those guys.
I know. I do. I know. They're my bros. Throw the love up for them.
So, yeah. Yeah, it was weird seeing IGN break the news on this. They've got a gallery here. We'll go ahead and get into it. We've seen Galvatron before. Actually, we'll switch over. We'll borrow the TFW gallery just because we won't have Monster Hunter ads all over the place.
Or Outriders.
Raid Shadow Legend.
We're not sponsored.
Okay. So here's the big money shot here. We got one figure we've seen, and two we knew were coming, but we previously didn't get a good look at. So let's get into it. First up, they're giving us some shots of, and this is a deluxe Scorponok here.
Yeah, that bugged me. That every single picture has the B in the hand. That drives me up the wall.
Well, it looks like he probably is. He probably has a 5mm port on there.
Hey, as long as the B is actually painted, I'll be impressed. Like if it's not like a single slug of gray plastic, I'll actually be pleased.
Speaking of paint details, this one's kind of interesting. I can't tell if that's the inside of a joint or not.
Yeah, no, that's the Predacon. That's his Predacon symbol for his shoulder.
Well, no, I know it's the Predacon symbol, but I'm just curious. Like, I'm not sure if that's only a moving. No, it doesn't appear to be a moving joint.
No, it's when you transform him, that's his outer shoulder.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really curious about how much of this is gonna be like waffled on the back.
Ooh.
He's a deluxe. I kind of wish, and like there's a couple pin joints here. I think that's probably just more so for transformation. I kind of wish he was a small Voyager with maybe a bit more intricate accessories here. Obviously you get a ball joint on the tip of the scorpion tail. I kind of wish the legs were completely ball jointed, and if he was a small Voyager, you'd get some of that. I know he's supposed to be he's supposed to be like the same size as Black Arachnia in bot mode.
I think he comes with what he's supposed to come with: the 2 missiles and the B.
Yeah,
that's all he ever is.
Sure, I just I know I'm like, it's a big ask for such like what ended up being a minor character. It is cool to see in these shots. Like, it looks like the legs fold back way more, like in like near the tail.
Yeah, and there you can see that waffling that you were worried about.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really his tail, Sportimus, because like they did with a couple of other characters, Takar told me he likes to put perverted things into the figures.
Jerry Mindset points out something interesting. I didn't really think about that. He kind of has more cartoony scorpion head here, whereas like the rest of the Kingdom, they've been trying to do more realistic animal modes almost.
No, he's saying the opposite.
Yeah. Head,
his is more realistic, while everyone else is cartoony.
Oh, I thought like all the other ones had like a touch of realism. Yeah.
Well, at least Megatron for sure the T-Rex head was definitely more stylized to a modern aesthetic.
Which, by the way, I think that might be later in the news.
Cheetor looks more like a regular cat.
Yeah.
Optimus Primal all of them look really stylized in beast mode.
These have to be 5mm ports.
Yeah.
That looks like it's definitely one of the things I just noticed here too is that like I guess the way that they keep all this stuff hollow but not noticeable is like you can definitely see the robot mode legs. That's where they go, is in the tail.
Not the worst way of doing it.
No.
Actually, I like that.
Of course, here you see like they don't have the legs folded back all the way.
I mean, I'm glad they're doing him. I'm surprised it's not Tarantulas who's in the show, to be honest. But I'm happy with that.
Oh, I forgot about him. Ugh. We still need him. Maybe it's another wave because they didn't show Wasp later.
Especially because it started out as an insult in the old show, but they kind of like turned it almost into canon, where they called Tarantula's spawn of Unicron.
Mm.
They were just calling him like that as the equivalent of son of the devil, but they kind of fandom kind of retconned it into he's actually a spawn of Unicron, which with all the little fan throwaways are going on in this, I'm surprised Tarantulas isn't in the show.
What does T-Man think about it? I think
what is
the bug face looks like a shrimp. And I don't like his legs in robot mode, but I'm gonna buy it. It's serviceable. I'm gonna take that B out of the hand because that body horror stuff makes me cringe.
Yeah, I kind of wish. I kind of wish he maybe came with two of the missiles because it is kind of weird looking. But
the bee was in the show. He used the bee as a drone.
I know he did.
It's toy accurate. He was the
Primal doesn't have a 5mm port in his chest, does he?
No.
And then the Maximals had the Polar Claw, which they never used in the show, but that was his counterpart toy wise.
But they did show Polar Claw in the art. So
for Deluxe, he does seem like he has a lot going on, just like Air Razor does.
Yeah, Air Razor's wings are way more intricate than they really have any right to be.
Yeah. So they are putting the money, the extra 20, the 50, it's $13 now compared to back in the day.
I mean, I guess for reference, like Air Razor's wingspan is larger than Inferno, which is kind of impressive. And it's not paper thin plastic either, which is also impressive.
So many joints.
So, and it's pinned. It's not just friction fit together, which is.
Matt, what do you think of Scorponok?
I have no attraction or care to this character, so I think it's lovely, and I'm going to pass right by it.
Thanks for that, Matt. We greatly appreciate your input.
Ark. Is anyone shocked that they named the Ark Ark?
I am.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier today. I am very shocked.
And is Teletran-1 actually Teletran-1?
It's mainframe, but I don't know what they're going to call it on the package. Let's skip to that since we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Galvatron's news, but old news.
Yeah,
we'll skip him. He looks so
good.
I'm gonna buy him. Yay! Everybody
buying
can
him
buy
next.
I at least want to say before we skip, storage in every mode, and also I think the robot mode in the official photography actually looks good. If people
that looks way better than those leaked pictures.
Yes,
yeah,
I agree.
Way better.
Yeah,
I like the cannon. The cannon's cool.
For whatever reason, those proportions there in that picture are way better than they were before.
I think the legs probably extend a little bit more than the person that got it had done. Like, I don't think in what we saw that joint was actually pulled out all the way. All right, now let's get to what everybody wants to talk about. Ark.
Ark.
I like it.
I love this thing. I can't believe they called it Ark because I don't know. I would think like the PC crowd first and foremost wouldn't allow that to happen. But I guess it is what it is because there's a religious tone to that they would probably try to avoid now.
Yeah,
an Ark is an Ark by definition.
A large ship.
Yeah, that's
a large spaceship.
That's
sure. I mean, I could, Dave. There's lots of stuff going on today. I could apply that simple argument to, but it doesn't fly. So I don't know, man.
Well, obviously it doesn't fly. Look, he crashed.
Well, so go to that picture actually, and this is a good point. So if you have a collector's room, now I thought about this earlier, and you have like drywall that you need to repair. Now you don't have to. You take it, you stick it in the hole in your wall, and you have yourself a mini diorama.
Have
and you
yourself
are
a
good to go.
Monster Energy drink, punch a hole in the wall, and
Yeah.
you don't even need a shelf.
Like,
Somewhere
just
out
invite
there.
one of your drunk friends over once you buy this guy and be like, hey, I want to put a display up. And he,
There's
puts a hole in your
collector
wall.
named Chad who just said thank you guys.
I
I
think
like
this thing is
that.
awesome.
Roland Rage has a good point here. First Transformer I will keep in alt mode. I plan on keeping it in the Arc mode myself.
Well, yeah, I'm glad. I like the direction where they're taking this. Again, this looks good. I like this right here.
So, I mean, I guess it's, real quick. I mean, before people start saying it, this is an homage to the last Autobot from the comics, and this is an homage to Mainframe, which I think are both smart choices.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mainframe especially.
Yeah, Mainframe was an Action Master, so
Right.
and it makes sense on every level. And if they don't call this one Mainframe, they can do a repaint and make Mainframe.
Yes.
They
Yes,
are.
absolutely.
Because the chest design is the same as well, not just the face.
Right. I love the fact that if you look very closely on this, these are all tampoed. They are not stickers, and you can tell because the plastic texture. You can see it if you were to zoom in.
Enhance.
Beat me to it.
Yeah.
Oh, they got Vector Sigma. Did you see that?
Yeah. So if you zoom in, you can actually see the plastic. This is all tampoed on. Because at first I was like, oh, stickers. They're bringing back stickers. And then I zoomed in and I was like, no, this is all tampo work.
That'll look really nice with some dry brushing too.
Yeah. You can see here there's a little bit of,
Isn't it funny that they're releasing two giant orange guys back to back?
Yeah.
these are in one pack, aren't they?
No,
Yeah.
he's talking about Unicron.
Oh.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I'm super stoked it has the probe on top. I love probes.
Guy Spy.
Anyway.
Explore. Penetrate. Oh, no, that wasn't that.
Wrong movie.
Wrong movie. That was the.
I was kind of surprised. Again, I'm liking the last Autobot homage, and we were all thinking about that, but I was surprised they didn't make this as like the evolution of Omega Supreme. Like you still have your Guardian bots, and Omega Supreme became that, because then that also would have been an animated homage.
Well, I mean,
and you gotta admit, in animated, when the Arc turned into Omega Supreme, you fist pumped.
I mean, that was a neat twist in animated, but I think here, if you're going with like a G1 homage, and granted, what they're doing in the Netflix show is, its own thing.
Not only that, but this is now a mold they can keep in their back pocket and bring this out whenever they start doing animated homages or they start doing animated anything. They can break this back out, and there you go.
Or Tidal Wave.
Yes.
That Tidal Wave.
Yes.
Oh my God, if they make Tidal Wave.
Yeah, that'd be a good Tidal Wave. I think this also says that comes with that little mini Optimus. And I think that's the same. Didn't that Centurion pack come with the mini Optimus?
Correct.
It's probably the same character. It's probably the same mold.
It's the same mold. I view the one that came in Centurion as like the dead Optimus.
Right.
No, really, I do. I mean, because it's like, if you think about it, like you're going with Transformers the movie stuff.
Is this the Cosmic Rust Optimus given the colors?
Yeah. I kind of wish that, like, let me go in, we'll open this in a new tab. I kind of wish that they had just, because it's like, this looks like it's cast in blue plastic.
It looks better than Unicron. It looks better than Rodimus and Galvatron that came with Unicron.
Probably because this was actually designed in that scale before they shrunk it down. I kind of wish they just they didn't paint the legs and didn't paint the head. They just painted the red parts that needed to be painted.
You just use one of these.
Yeah.
So is anybody else curious about the different bells and whistles? I mean, what's this, $150? Like, it looks good, and it's got the same, it looks like it's got the same blast effects the Jetfire's got, except in blue. TF fan page pointed that out.
I like
But
where the shots of the blast effects? I didn't see those.
Go back to the rear of the Ark. See, zoom in.
Oh, I see. I see now. Well, now it's
So it makes me wonder too, like, what are the bells and whistles this thing's going to come with? Because we already see. I think T pointed out he thinks that Teletran-1 plugs into the top there, right? Do you still believe that? Is that gray patch?
Let me open this up.
It is. Teletran-1, Optimus, the blast effects, and Sky Spy.
And he has a loading ramp we saw that comes down. What looks like swiveling turrets. Like what? There's 1, 2, like 5 on each side, 10 total turrets. That's cool.
I could be wrong, and maybe a little crane arm comes out of that little door in the top.
Is that thing called a Sky Spy? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Is that the official name?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, this thing's supposed to be 19 inches tall. I think we're going to get a large robot with a simple transformation, like kind of large for the price point.
And I don't mind a simple transformation. Reminds me of
no, right. I'm with you.
Like Supreme. Remember Supreme Starscream back from Cybertron?
Well, that was a Voyager that was upscaled, so yeah, that would.
Well, but I think this is in some ways. I think it's the exact same vein as engineering with that. I mean, I could have seen this as a Voyager.
Yeah, I mean, the alt mode is an original. The alt mode is a established design, but the robot mode is, it's an original thing. And I think when you're doing something like that, why make it hyper complex? I mean, the robot mode is a nod to a comic book character from the 80s.
But he was simple too. I mean, his design wasn't overly complicated.
Yeah, because you can see, like, this is basically boom. Those are the bottoms of the feet. I mean, it basically looks like the legs fold in on themselves. They probably have a panel back there.
Shoulders shrug up around the head. Yep.
Yeah.
Falls forward like a Datsun, brother.
Yeah. What's that, T?
On Sony's show yesterday, I was saying this thing reminds me heavily of the Star Wars Transformers in robot mode.
Yeah, big panely, like big chunky. But there's the one part of this that everybody's staring at that's less than ideal.
Yeah.
The one disappointing part of this whole thing that, again, third-party companies are just waiting to get their hands on. Yeah. It's just, again, $150. I'll be that guy and say $150. Y'all couldn't come up with a panel to pull over? Come on now.
I mean, Tarf's dropping all kinds of innuendo in here. I mean, he wants to hear about filling in some holes.
That's all we want to do. We see a hole, we want to fill it.
I think that would be a really simple thing for a third party to do, considering they've done it for just about every Voyager that has hand gaps. Because basically all you got to do is make a piece that like fits in here, and it's a panel that hinges outward. And
remember opening and closing panels that hid stuff like that?
Pepperidge Farm remembers. This is one time where I actually do like the space gunk on the front. I think it's
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that landing gear is retractable.
They probably fold in.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. I'm down with that. I'm loving this all over.
No, they should have charged the extra $10 and give us little panels.
Sportimus knows what's up.
Wasn't Scorponok a bit more? Like I recall paying like $170 for him, like $165, $170.
The
Devastator's
price
$150.
It was changed to $160. That's been the Titan class price since everybody after Fort Max.
Yeah, I'm fine with this. I think it'll also probably fit into a smaller package. Giggity.
Oh my God.
I hope this one actually, like Scorponok, shows up. Like you can go on into Target and find this. Now, I think pre-orders are opening up on this guy.
Wait. What did you just say?
You can go into Target and find it. Yeah, I know.
That's the best joke. I never saw him Scorponok once here. Never saw it.
I saw him a few times.
I think I saw it once and I didn't buy it.
And now you have regrets.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
I think I was poor at the
I
time.
saw a shelf with a sticker on it, and that was it.
But yeah, Devastator's 150, so they fluctuate.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Nate
just
says
order
he's going
mine
to
from
carry it.
Toys and Collectibles and save myself the stress.
There you go.
There you go. So Nate will be carrying this. So yeah.
Devastator was originally 130.
He was 120. Pig coming in with the jab at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess is this one of the ones where everybody's in on?
I'm in on it. Yes.
We have to get it. It's the freaking Ark with Teletran-1 that transforms.
I think
now that Henry's here, though, too, we got to announce that over at his channel right now, he's going to give away PS5s to the first 100 people that comment on his latest video. So get over there and comment on Pig's video and say hashtag free PS5, and he's going to send every last one of you guys a PlayStation 5 free of charge.
I feel like Matt's going to get decked at TF.
I'm not serious, guys. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He'll be able to outrun him while he's wearing his Crocs.
Yeah, he's going to be too good to get busy. He's going to be at Toy Dojo's booth
put his
handing out
Crocs into sports mode.
All right. Well, speaking of things that surprised no one, we got an official announcement for Masterpiece Skywarp. We knew this was coming. I believe we got a soft confirmation not long ago. We get some official shots of him here. I mean, he looks good. He looks basically what you'd expect the Masterpiece Skywarp to be. Surprisingly, for Takara Tomy Mall exclusive, this guy's the cheapest at $220 most places, which
God dang it! I remember when this.
It's already on
pre-order. $60.
Yep.
Yeah, he's up. He's up for pre-order on BBTS. All the usual suspects. Entertainment Earth. I'm not sure if Nate is going to carry him or not. Sportimus says he is sick of the fake chest. I don't know.
Anybody says that.
Whatever makes them look better, I don't give a crap.
Yeah,
hey, I'm not saying 220 is cheap. Jeez, no, I'm saying he's the cheapest of the three, which is okay. So Nate will have a pre-order up tomorrow. Yeah, he's the cheapest of the three. He's still not cheap. Yeah, gotta love this effect piece here that he comes with. It looks like it lights up, but I don't think he has any electronics. I think this is probably just your basic MP.
I mean,
Screamer.
I get that this guy, the alt or the robot mode here looks like it jumped off the screen. There's no doubt about that, right? I don't know, man. Like the waist looks like it's a big friggin' brick. Like, you know, we've talked about this over and over again. There's, you know,
the stand is nice.
Stand is
you
nice.
get a stand with them, which, again, that's another thing too.
Wow.
Why, for the cost, why don't all three of them come with this shit?
Right.
Oh, he's the only one who comes with a stand.
Yeah,
I don't think the rest were solicited with stands.
Yeah, no, they're not.
And he's
the cheapest of the
He's
three.
the cheapest, right?
You see, I'm prepping my villain beat mustache to be the Hasbro executive who comes up with.
He comes with that?
No, so he comes with this if you buy all three of them from the Takara Tomy Mall.
Yeah, you have to very specifically get from there.
Yeah,
that looks exactly like the one that came with MP11.
I think it is. I think this is the exact same one that came with that Coronation set MP11. I mean, the only thing that looks different is this piece here, which is probably an adapter piece for it. But I'm keeping my MP11 in Coronation mode because with the cape on and everything, he looks fine. You know?
So who's getting one or multiple of these guys?
I'm getting them all because I'm stupid.
Okay.
I didn't pre-order Thundercracker.
But you pre-ordered Starscream.
Yes.
I mean,
and I think I'm good with Make Toys unless... well, I guess when they inevitably get to Sunstorm, I will buy Sunstorm in this mold. But I'm going to skip the main guys because Make Toys makes me happy. I'm good with those.
I'm gonna have him displayed.
I put a pre-order in for that reissue from Make Toys, which is probably on some container ship. It's still floating in the Atlantic right now because they can't come to port.
I'm gonna have him displayed exactly like this. Like I hate the price on these. I'm gonna have my originals in their plane mode, so I'll have a neat display of the planes flying, from my stands.
Zero. I think a wise man one time said, "You're part of the problem." Yeah,
sure.
But he knows it.
But I have the means to get this, and I like it. I'm just saying, like, I'm not happy with Takara Tomy and what they're doing here.
Not only that, but their track record for the last maybe not RC, but their last few releases. Again, I'm not a huge masterpiece collector. I pick and choose, but it makes me nervous to pre-order.
I'm not nervous.
If this thing is the janky mess that some of them have been, it just, again, the price makes it that much harder to stomach when you put out that. Like Hound is the primary example in my brain that thing is so much more expensive than the regular Carbots.
Sure.
And it's fucking falling apart on the shelf. Just makes me angry.
Hound put Takara on the same level as X-Transbots.
And it's sad too, because that mold, let me be clear, the mold, both the alt and the robot mode and the transformation are great. It's the implementation that they fumbled at the 1 yard line. So
my previous
that's a sports reference.
They don't need to paint everything, and I think the problem is that to accommodate for paint, they're using thinner materials. Like the
materials are crap, man.
Right. I don't think people would care if you cast the plastic in the color it's supposed to be, and then took a MMC approach and did.
There's one guy that will care about that.
Yeah,
one guy, and he wears a mask. Right. He's the only one that'll care about it being painted more so than bare plastic that's colored won't scrape. You don't have to worry about that. That means something to me, and there won't be clearance
issues. I like my MP Shockwave so much.
Right.
Now, let me be clear though. I'm not bashing the guy. I agree with him that paint makes it look beautiful, but I also want it to be functional.
Right, and that's why MMC is my favorite company in the game. Is I can pick up any one of their products. I can, as Nerd Out likes to say, I can beat it up. That was like the best expression Brian I think ever had. He's like, I like a toy I can just beat up, and and not have to worry about it. And I think, Sportimus chiming in here, the MP44 Nemesis Prime. Yeah, you can. Okay. It's great because it's not painted. Yeah, I agree, and that's the thing is I can pick that figure up. Like that's a figure that I didn't mind transforming back into the truck mode, so I could pack it up and put it in its box. The funny thing is my MP45 or MP4, the MP44, the regular one. I'm putting that in the KO box because that came packed in robot mode, and the KO is getting transformed into a truck, so that can go in the MP44 box. I wish also that these were another thing too that sucks is I wish these were packaged in the robot mode. I get it. They're Transformers. They should be transformed. But what they're doing is they're making things that are basically display pieces. And it's like, oh, well, do you want to display this on your shelf? Well, I'm sorry. You're going to run the risk of chipping paint and messing up your very expensive product. I don't want to be an MISB collector. I'd like to have this in the robot mode and pose it on the shelf. It sucks that you have to worry about breaking something that's designed. It's like NECA stuff. It's like I love NECA pieces; they're beautiful, but it's like you got to be super delicate when you're messing with them, and that sucks. It sucks to want to like the turtle stuff.
Hit it with a hairdryer.
No, even hitting it with a hairdryer. I mean, you're gonna like scrape paint off of the joints just by posing it, even with the hairdryer. You're still gonna make that. Still, you can't help when paint is caked on. Like you shouldn't have joints painted ever.
Well, but also I'd rather have a NECA fear for a NECA's $25 figure.
Sure, and that's another
for a $230 figure.
Right. There is an apples and oranges argument to be made because yes, NECA's figures are very affordable. They're low end collectibles.
He didn't mean that. You didn't mean that.
When I say low end, I'm not trying to demean NECA in a way, but I mean they're entry level, right? Is what I mean by lower end. Like you're not getting, you know, what you should get out of a $200+ figure. I mean,
Right, you feel better messing with a NECA Godzilla than a
right.
SHF monster art Godzilla.
Right. And
I
it's
like
just,
the silver bikini.
I do too. I like the gray that they've used here. It's like a pearlescent gray almost.
So, what's his name? Buta says that all three come with the stand now. I went back and looked at least the BBTS Starscream solicitation was updated and does have a stand in one of the pictures, one of the accessory shots.
Well, that's
What?
that makes the pill a little easier to swallow.
Right. Or Skywarps has his, obviously. Thundercrackers, I checked a few different websites, does not have a picture of a stand with his, so I don't know about him.
For the price, they're better.
It better, but but the other two are confirmed. Thundercracker, I didn't see a confirmation. That's all I'm saying.
And that's the same stand that was with Beast Wars Megatron or with Dinobot, right?
Yeah, Dinobot was the only one. Oh, actually, no, Black Arachnia got a stand.
I was going to say she has it too, but it's a different. Black Arachnia's got a different arm piece.
Right, I'm saying that particular stand that looks like the one with. So that's a heavy duty stand.
Yeah,
they all are. The ones that I've seen come with them are good.
She has a smaller block, right?
Matt, I think it's the same stand that comes with Dinobot, the same arm, because
this
part plugs into it's like the 4 ports here.
I'm looking over at my Black Arachnia, and the stand looks like it's the same size. The base part, it looks the same.
Oh.
We're gonna get breaking news, guys.
What's he calling his guy for?
Check on the stands.
Oh, check on the stands. Okay. So, anyways, you know, not a whole lot surprising here. They all look awesome. I just think they're not. I think they're $50 overpriced. Awesome, but that's just me. I'm a cheap ass.
Yeah, well, I'm with you on that one.
I think I'm probably the only one that's gonna get it, and it's more of a reluctance thing. It's like I'm getting pushed more and more to.
You're buying those Seekers for with the same mindset that I'm buying that hot rod. That's that $80 hot rod.
Yeah,
and I'm leaving it at that.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
I'm probably going to pre-order it.
Good. I believe you. I'm just I just did see it on the local, the US stuff.
So we get an interesting look at Skids and Reboost. So these are coming from a Singapore page at Toy Corner. Never heard of them before, but they are offering these for pre-order. These are due in November of this year. These are also going to be a lot cheaper. Now, again, a lot cheaper. They're not original MP prices, but they're still cheaper than what current Carbots are. Retail price seems to be around $108. What's interesting is that with a Reboost, you're getting a lot of accessories. So Skids is just coming with his 2 guns, whereas with Reboost, you're getting those weapons. You're also getting a bike and a Diaclone pilot that fits on the bike. Yeah.
Now, are these really masterpieces?
As far as anybody knows, I mean, this is labeled as MP54 and MP55. Oh no, MP53 and MP54. So these are really masterpieces. I still think Reboost is a weird numbered masterpiece because he is a wholly original character. And the mold, as I've mentioned before, everything here says this should have been crosscut.
He's coming.
And we know Crosscut's gotta be coming, but I just think it's weird that you would, instead of doing an established character first, you do a brand new one. I mean, to me that seems like that's not really what who's to say what Masterpiece is even about anymore?
Money.
Yeah, I know it's money, but it's just, why not just do Crosscut? Why not do an established character and just make this Reboost some sort of exclusive? Like an eHobby exclusive.
They've been doing this since Combiner Wars. They sell us the retool first.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little strange for Masterpiece. I mean, technically, Nemesis. It's weird to have Nemesis Prime as a numbered one instead of like a MP44B, and then you have Thundercracker and Skywarp as what are they, MP52
Plus, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Wasn't it
MP52 plus and T. So yeah, it's weird what they're doing. I'm looking forward to these. I think that they're going to be made like an older style MP. I'm hoping they are, and I'm hoping for that they're successful, and Takara maybe moves back from the hyper tune stuff they're doing with the caked on paint and goes back to a more traditional approach for MPs, because there's still a lot of characters to do. But yeah, I know, like, for most people this is going to be a pass.
No, pass on that. Get away from the tune look.
No, I'm still saying doing the toon look, but doing like the hyper engineered stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if they were to go to season 3, again, like if you look at like Siege Springer, you don't have to have like the most sophisticated engineering in the world. Just have panels to cover up the gaps.
I like articulation.
Well, with Siege, you also get articulation. I mean, you can have both.
You don't get butterfly joints.
You
and then
could
can bend up and down and left and right.
But I think that's like what you would pick up a masterpiece for. You don't necessarily need like all the paint. That's why I love MMC. Like Saltus, I think Matt can attest to the articulation of that figure, and it's not overly engineered, and it's not.
No, the simplicity in that figure is kind of shocking when how easy it is to go from mode to mode, and with the amount of articulation that they seem to have put into it. It's a good example of a really well done figure. There's some tolerance issues on him, but yeah, he's a good example of a really good balance.
Okay. What else we got? I feel
All
like
right.
I'm in the starting phases of falling apart.
Well, we'll get through some more generation stuff. We got a in-hand photo. Well, we'll get to the listing first. Someone was in Target and found a listing for some new Transformers exclusive to Target. Did I? Oh, here we go.
Sony.
I copied that link wrong.
And Winston.
So we got a Worlds Collide multi-pack and T-Rex. So yeah.
Worlds Collide. What it's like. Sorry.
You channeling Power Band there.
I've been listening to a lot of new metal lately.
Yeah. So we have an $80 multi-pack. And people seem to think it's going to be a 4-pack. And then we also have Red Card Leader Maximal T-Rex. I'm glad that is a Target exclusive and not some established character. Because I'd like to get T-Rex, but I don't care if I miss out on him or not.
Cool. Worlds Collide as Jurassic World.
It could be. We'll get into that in just a second here.
Hasbro got that too.
Well, I mean, Mattel has it right now, but
right. So let's say I don't think. Yeah.
But for a one-off licensing deal, I think this looks pretty good. This looks pretty faithful to the original character, minus one thing. And I like the change. I like the fact that it's not cream-colored pieces on the robot mode.
Is it going to come with the Jetfire effect?
Probably not. I think that's also the Crimzeek from the Reflector 3-pack.
Yeah, I was just curious if that'd be kind of cool.
I love with Skylinks.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely looks pretty good. The only gripe I have is that like I always had mine with the mutant head on. I kind of wish that they had found a way to engineer that in. I'm sure some third party will come along and have the mutant head.
Just kind of to differentiate him from him.
Yeah, and I liked it. Looked like a bone helmet. It definitely, if you wanted to have him displayed as a Maximal, because in the lore he is a Maximal. It's interesting too because there was that smiling face sculpt that someone found as a variant for Megatron. It's interesting that they have the standard stock Megatron face on there.
Cool. Next.
Yep. So next we have a whole bunch of. We'll get to this other leak here. We're going to talk Worlds Collide. There was a leak for DevCon and Clampdown. Weird. Did I copy that wrong? Let's try again.
Tweet.
Boom, 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 boom.
There. All right. Bear with me 1 second here.
Now the DevCon is kind of neat because I think I saw a picture of that one. He was basically a Scourge repaint, that's cool.
Yes.
That's really cool.
And yeah,
the Windows era sound.
Boom.
Boom.
There we go. I got it up. For whatever reason, the link I copied was not correct. Yeah, and of course you gotta love when somebody gets a picture in hand and
They just
the figures are
shit out of him.
horribly mistransformed and on a bed. Could this be the world's collide pack? Who knows? This looks like I guess whoever got this figure like smuggled it out in his butt or something.
Looks like.
But yeah, he's missing a leg.
I hit it the only place I could. My ass.
They do this. It pisses me off.
Yeah,
Who would just put up random pictures like that? Come on.
I'm not sure if these are fake. I mean, it seems like they look real enough, but this is a terrible picture. But it's also kind of in the realm of something Hasbro would do.
Wrong show.
Because we've got a whole bunch of, the last thing I'll go through here. A whole bunch of Generations listings came out on Amazon Australia, and these are all ahead of FanFest. So we'll get into it. The first one is possible spoiler alerts here. Project Bat seems to be a collaborative crossover, so it's curious. Are we going to get a Generations Batman? I mean, could they take Mind Wipe? That would be what would come to mind for me, is to have like the Mind Wipe head painted up to look like a little Batman. We'll see. First one listed is a Kingdom Voyager Starscream. Some people, probably. Yeah, people seem to think it's either going to be a straight up reissue or have the coronation. I'm leaning more towards probably the just a straight reissue.
I mean, they did it with RC. They've done it with Megatron now 3 times. Yeah,
it's smart. I don't mind it. As I've said before, it gives people a chance to get a figure. I mean, the way distribution is, I find it more preferential to, hey, if you need to fill out a case, give people that second chance, because you don't see.
Hold on. You got me thinking though about Project Bat.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's just a franchise crossover? Like,
could be.
Bio Android Trooper.
Could be.
Like,
I mean, it could be. I mean, they did in Combiner Wars do the Viper. So
I'm just saying, like, that.
Yeah. Also, you get TRA Generation Project Park, Collaborative Jurassic Park Rexy. I mean, I'm curious. There's a lot you could do with like Paleotrex. I mean, they seem to.
No, that Starscream. If he's still a Voyager price point, and they add the coronation gear, I'm thinking it might be a new figure, because they're too cheap to just give us the coronation stuff for free.
I doubt they're going to even have coronation stuff in there.
Unless
it's going to be a straight I think it's going to be a reissue.
Yeah.
Just like RC was, just like the 38 Megatrons are, just like Ultra Magnus is, which I passed on him in the store the other day.
So they might give him a crown. Give him a crown and paint his wings purple.
If they did that, if they just painted the wings purple, I doubt anybody'd be interested.
Yeah. Okay, so we got another Prime.
Yeah. So new figure. It's doesn't even say the size class. I'm curious about that one.
Cool.
Generation Select Artfire. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Hopefully, they throw in a Prime Master, or not Prime Master, a Target Master of some sort.
They should.
This is where it starts to get interesting, because they solicited on Hasbro Pulse that it's currently $0, but it's a Shattered Glass Blur listing for referencing an IDW comic.
Did Blur have a Shattered Glass? I'll look that up.
Yeah, he did.
I just had a thought.
Uh-oh.
One of those listings. Sorry, I was looking up something when you were saying. You said one of them is probably going to be like the Beast Wars Primal Bat. Is that what we're thinking on one of these?
It's possible. Could also be like Dave was saying.
I just looked up the toy. Would Air Razor be a good base mold for that?
I mean, maybe.
I'm looking at the robot mode, and I'm thinking, that the Air Razor that just came out could definitely be retooled to be a good fit for that because it's small in stature anyway.
Was the original Air Razor a basic figure that had the automatic flipping?
Yep.
Well, that's Matt is probably right because the bat was an automatic basic.
Well, I mean, they did so years ago for the I think one of the collectors clubs.
Oh, I have that mold. I love that.
They did a 3-pack, and it was old, Cobra Commander's Old Snake with Soundwave repainted into like updated bats.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. So
I mean, it could very well be something in the same similar vein. It's hard to say. I mean, but hey, they took Paleotrex and turned that into Transmutate, so
cool. Next.
All right. Well, we got a bit more. Shattered Glass Blur, Deluxe Gold Bug, which people seem to think is going to be just a re-release of the Netflix Bumblebee Cliff Jumper. Hopefully it's Bumblebee. I was bothered by the fact Bug Bite was Cliff Jumper with Bumblebee head, but
it'll be Bumblebee with a new head.
Yeah.
I think Cliff Jumper with a Gold Bug head because Gold Bug was a little boxier.
We also Shattered Glass Voyager Megatron, Shattered Glass Commander Megatron. This one's really interesting. A Generations Galvatron and Unicron pack, which if I had to guess, like if they were going to do like a package, I would like to see them take the HasLab Unicron head and have the whole thing be damaged, or maybe have the inside of the face be silver. So you can rebuy the head, and you can have one permanently on display.
Interesting.
I don't think they're going to use the head.
I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they may even just have like a cast Unicron, so you can have him like a little tiny one, so you can have him like up on a display or something.
This isn't the okay. On to the next. Yeah, keep on going.
So Sideswipe and Night Prowler. Night Prowler was an interesting Cheetor repaint from back in the day.
Okay.
Which again, it's curious what Sideswipe this will be. Is this going to be a repaint of Sideswipe? Is this going to be Shattered Glass? Jedi Mindset said, you'd think by now they do an Earth mode of Sideswipe, which is a really interesting thing because like it wouldn't be that difficult to retool him, and God, they've gotten their mileage out of that.
Next.
Nope. We're suckers, and they're going to keep making us buy the same thing.
Next one, Gold Deluxe Jackpot. I'm not sure what Golden is, whether they're going to do like a subline for the Golden Disc in Kingdom or what. Jackpot is probably going to be a repaint of Jazz. People don't really remember that mold or that color scheme. I'll pull it up real quick. But yeah, that was one that was I think he was originally an Action Master, yeah, and then they did an homage in animated. So he is a black and gold repaint. There's Jackpot there, which would be cool if they did that. They took the Studio Series Jazz mold and did that there. Then we've got War for Cybertron, Kingdom Golden Voyager Tigatron. God, I hope that's just a subline and that's where we're getting Tigatron. I hope they just find a way to continue Kingdom because there's so much left to do. Studio Series 86 Voyager Wreck-Gar, and I'm hoping that they do more Junkions. The Voyager Sweep, and the last one is a Studio Series Thrust, which was originally planned to be a 86 movie Voyager King Starscream. So I'm not sure what that even means. I'm sure a lot of this stuff's going to get released at FanFest tomorrow or shown off. But it's interesting to see if these are all on Amazon Australia. It means that, again, these are going to be relatively easy to just go and hit that pre-order button when they get announced.
Okay.
So, hey, happy for that. But it's going to be curious to see what gets announced. I'm surprised there's nothing for any more like Dinobots from Studio Series, because Slag and Sludge I thought were like talked about a while ago, leader class ones.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll find out tomorrow.
they do manage to keep some secrets for the reveals. There's always at least one or two that nobody knew about.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we get a new look at X-Transbot's Bastion, which is their Defensor. We get some renders, and we get a look at their Streetwise. I don't have the Facebook post, but X-Transbots is listening to feedback about the combiner parts, and they are not treating it like the trailer. There's not going to be a base mode, so hopefully this is handled like a Zeta or Toy World combiner, where this is just its own piece. I hope it is, to keep costs down and keep the figure stable.
I do and I don't, which is probably why if I'm going to get a Defense, I'm still going to go MMC.
Well, we're going to look at that one next.
I'm just saying, because again,
it's a little bit over.
Minor.
I'm skipping this.
Yeah,
20 inches tall. We get a look at Streetwise. I think Streetwise looks really good.
He looks all right, I guess. Real all right.
I'm in on it. I'm in on this and the MMC. I really hope that they learn their lessons. This also, to me, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but this crotch piece looks very similar to I want to say Breakdown.
Breakdown, yes.
Yeah. So we shall see. We shall see.
So they're doing some combiner wars.
Yeah, they might as well. But then Ocular Max shows this off, and yeah, this is a render, but look at the articulation. And a shot from the back, just kind of showing. And this is going to be an all-in-one.
It does what I want in a Transformer. It's a combiner. It's self-contained. It's everything I like. It's a robot that turns into an arm and turns into a vehicle and turns into a robot.
And these are all renders, but you get a good look at how the feet are going to work, how they integrate in the back of Hotspot's. I guess those are those would be his legs. So those feet are gonna kind of come up out of there. The interesting one, I think the most interesting thing is, like, again, if you're on the fence and you're like worried because their Bruticus was a little on the short side, they released a shot here. Now this is Bruticus with the upgrade kit that made him roughly the same size as the unique toys. Well, the stock Defensor is basically from a hair taller than that at the head. So you could pretty much get away with having this being your Defensor, Zeta be damned.
Well,
God damn, put her in there.
You want to
What's
worry
that?
about something else.
What was that, Dave?
Oh, they had to put her in there.
I
didn't notice that. They're just like, hey.
I missed my chance on getting her, and now I'm so regretting it now.
Well, again, I don't have a hard confirmation, but a source close to the show said it may just be a timed exclusive for their site.
Which is what I'm hoping for, because if I see her then at TFCon, she's coming home with me.
Yeah, I didn't pre-order from them just because it would have been I always do PayPal checkout with them, and in the middle of this move, I was just too lazy to go in and change stuff around and have it shipped to Lex's parents' place. And I was just like, I'll figure it out. And then she was gone. I did not expect it to sell out on their site like that. Deluxe says Defensor Mine should be smaller than Bruticus. I mean, I think this might be. I think MMC making this at a larger size might be a response to people thinking the Bruticus was too small, but I don't know.
Cool.
Combiners were all the same
All
height.
right. Next up, we got one for the PFer here. This one is a Magic Square Perceptor. I think he looks pretty good.
He does, but he'll probably be too much money.
That's the spirit.
He does look good. I'm not getting him just because I really don't care about Perceptor enough.
Have you checked your receptors?
I did. That's how I knew. And again, Magic Square, this guy looks great. I watched the transformation video. He's got his obligatory tank mode.
Yeah.
And it does all the right things, but there's nothing about Perceptor that ever really...
He's the one who
lit my
pronounced
fire.
Prime dead.
Yeah. I mean, one might even say he may have sabotaged it. He could be the low-key villain of the story.
Man, his misdiagnosis. Look at this. Now who's pronouncing who dead? Perceptor, you can't die.
Looking at these pictures, his head looks too small and he has a crotch flap. I hate those.
I mean, but it's a teeny tiny figure.
His head is small.
Yeah.
I will give him that. But it's still... They're still great. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it looks like an awesome figure, but pass.
I don't
Unlike
mind that.
Matt, I have a soft spot for him because I got 2 of them for Christmas when I was like 10.
He's got double jointed knees. That's pretty cool.
And he always
Double jointed elbows.
He made me think of Soundwave.
Yeah, it's a simplistic transformation. I have a soft spot for Transformers that turn into like life-size real world objects.
Maybe some a 1/6 scale figure could use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be neat. I mean,
Next.
all right. And last up on our third-party docket, we've got from Shockwave's Lab, and I actually think this looks pretty cool if the price is right. You get the training equipment for your Studio Series 86 hot rod.
Yeah, that is cool. Like
As
that.
well as the hand blaster that he used in that one scene, that
That
one
scene
time.
from that time.
And a Sword of Primus, which I don't have any reference to.
Neither do I.
But I think that looks cool. I'm surprised that they're not doing the training robot. I think that's a missed opportunity. But
Time out.
yeah,
See, Mark 44, there's no problem with that. With the current production quality, with the current production quality of Legend scale figures, that's perfectly doable because some of that shit is like masterpiece quality, and I don't know, man. Like, I got no problem with that. They look the part, so I'm with you.
Masterpiece price. They're starting to be.
Well, yeah, they're creeping for sure. But so Masterpiece is creeping up just as fast. So
it's
a
not
race.
faster.
I'm not getting any of these upgrade things.
You're gonna get that Ark upgrade kit, though, aren't you?
Oh, he will.
I doubt it. I can count the amount of upgrade kits I have on 2 fingers.
Deluxe says the sword is from the comics. And yes, I do want a Real World Prime.
That sword looks like Link's first sword on Zelda. Little.
Yeah, from the instruction art.
Mhm.
All right, well, let's get into the non-Transformer stuff. Let's talk some G.I. Joe Origins.
Nick.
Jesus, T. nothing to talk about
I think
here.
you mean
They're for
teases.
kids, and
Teases.
they're not for me. They're limited articulation, limited looks.
Oh, Andrew, I hope your grandfather. I'm sorry to hear about your grandfather. I hope he does better. When I first saw these, I was like, please don't be part of the classified series. It looks like they're using pieces, at least in the case of Storm Shadow. That quiver looks a lot like what you got in the Arctic Storm Shadow, because these are all 6-inch.
I thought they were going to be 5-inch like those Star Wars figures. Those are actually good. But now, since they're 6 inches, it looks like they don't even have ankle pivot like the Star Wars figures.
Oh, no, they definitely don't.
So these are
Yeah.
6-inch figures, because, man, that's a thing. I
think this Snake Eyes is a 12-inch figure. And he's going to be 20. So these 6-inch figures, they're going to be $10, which, I mean, Sportimus says, Sportimus took the words right out of my mouth. I bet you can actually find these. Yes, that's going to be the thing. Like,
that's the point of them, right? To get
right. Like
many out on the shelves and actually have G.I. Joes out on the shelves.
Right.
Yeah, these are going to be good for kids.
The thing is, though, are they going to be appealing? Yeah, they're $10. But at the same time, it's like, when I mess around with the Cobra Trooper, this does have some smaller parts, but this is a figure that I think any kid would be like ecstatic to have. Like, it's a cool figure. It's well detailed. It really inspires imagination. I mean, yeah, these things come with a lot of accessories, but like when I was a kid, it was like the articulation of G.I. Joes. You could really get them in action poses and fit them in almost like any vehicle. I mean, shit, they had tons of vehicles they could be on. I think the limited articulation is going to be a detriment to these.
The bike is in this list of pictures, right?
Yeah, there is a Snake Eyes with the bike. Which one is this? Is this the 12-inch one? This looks like it has like an electronic sword. Yeah, so here's the one with the bike. And I mean, the bike looks okay. It looks like it's just going to be like a very solid. It's not nothing like the Baroness's bike.
Sony wants it for some crazy reason. Even though we're getting the Flames toys.
Yeah.
Patriot Prime is in the house.
What's up, Patriot Prime? Yeah, we're getting that Scarlet looks awful. Is this based on a person that's in the movie?
No, not.
I mean, the Red Ninja.
We know who's. I'll do a fact check on that.
We don't know. I haven't seen anything but the person that's going to play Snake Eyes. I didn't know any regular G.I. Joe were going to be in it.
Yeah. I mean, you look here, and that's the face of, that's like Chucky from Child's Play.
Scarlet is being played by Samara Weaving.
Is she related to Sigourney? Oh, no, that's Weaver. No.
She is. Give me a second. What was she in? She's in some shit I never heard of.
Okay, well,
she was in Bill and Ted Face the Music.
If that, I feel bad. Like if you're like, hey, I have an action figure on a shelf. Oh, really? And that's how they portray you. Like, come on now. That's bad.
Boom, 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 boom.
Look.
I
mean,
the first Gamora.
What's that?
You saw the first Marvel Legends Gamora.
Yeah, I know, but we've come a long way since them. Since then. Nate says she was in Ash versus Evil Dead. I mean, if they're gonna do like a classified entry for the movie stuff, I hope to God that they're doing. I hope that they're gonna expand the classified line beyond 2 pegs.
This is making me feel like they're not going to integrate them into classified.
No, I don't think so either. And I can't blame them. I can't blame them for not expanding past 2 pegs, because those 2 pegs are living the dream, man. They don't have to hold anything up.
Right.
Once there's actually stock on the shelves, and if they start lining the base decks with them because they've got so many, then yeah. But I think everybody here would like to see that at least once in their lives,
Typically, those pegs hold up Transformers and Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters especially.
Well, I like the play gimmick of the weapon holding all the weapons.
That is pretty neat.
Skip.
All right. Well,
I'm not buying any of them, but I'm glad. This is a good way to get new collectors in. And this is what we need. New collectors, and this is a great entry, something that we aren't going to touch so the kids can actually have them.
No, we don't want any new collectors. The old collectors can't get their shit. We don't want to fight anybody new.
I want a balance to the Force. Like I at least want like everybody to be able to find what they want. I don't like the cyber I call it the cyberverse solution here, where it's like, oh yeah, we have Transformers, but they're all like the junky ones, you know. And I mean, I've picked up a few Cyberverse figures here and there, and yeah, they are pretty junky. So I want kids to get like the full G.I. Joe experience. If you know,
You're not gonna get them from us. Not when we go in and be like, oh look, here are all the Vipers.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that's between Hasbro and the retailers, because if they, and again, like I agree with you, Dave. I think that you do need to have something like an entry point for the kids. Like if these are you know $10, and you get a bunch of accessories, and you know you're getting some sort of G.I. Joe experience, and you're like, I want more. Great, but I feel like these are going to dominate the shelves, and it's just
they are. I think the classified thing must be just a Walmart and Target thing, because I've seen classifieds in GameStop so many times, and then in All Time Toys I see them sitting in there.
Yeah, and you know the other thing too is I think back to the last G.I. Joe movie, and they had the toys that were out were kind of like this, and they just didn't sell.
Well, the last G.I. Joe movie had its own issues, like the timing of let's put toys out right when the movie's supposed to come out. Oh wait, we're not putting the movie out. What do we do with the toys?
But I mean, you know, Hasbro had the insider information on that one.
Hasbro did, but Walmart didn't, and Walmart still wanted their order. I'm just saying.
The other thing to keep in mind too is with this movie, the whole production pushed back. They've had more time to plan. With the pandemic set in, you hope that there's some kind of marketing strategy in mind here to get all this stuff more in line, because that's usually what kills both TV shows and movies in the long run, is the lack of merch that sometimes is kind of crazy, like the whole Thundercats thing. You know, if they can have these on the shelves in a good time, like, you know, we saw the opposite thing happen with Wonder Woman, where that shit sat because nobody cared about it because no one saw the movie yet. Hopefully they can time this right to at least get interest going, because we want all this to succeed. I mean, at the end of the day, we want these to sell. We want more figures on the shelves of the shit that we want to collect.
Yeah,
and if selling these leads to more G.I. Joe classified distribution, then great.
Cool. Please do. Yeah. Cool. Next.
All right. Next up, we get one more G.I. Joe figure, a potential big fuck you target. Now, this one's rumored to be possibly Cobra Island, but Major Blood. We got artwork for him. We've got the movie Snake Eyes as well. So I'm not really sure what this listing suggests, but yeah, a user had leaked information on both of those. Now, this could be a convention exclusive. This could be something that, hey, at the end of Pulse, the fan event for Pulse, they're like, hey, you can pre-order one of these now. I'm hoping it's Major Blood, and
hopefully Mazarkin will show up one day at Hasbro Pulse. Still,
yeah, but yeah. The update on the article says it's going to be a Cobra Island Major Blood, but I just wish Hasbro would address the situation going with Cobra Island and say, hey, we're going to move these over to the retail exclusive part of the Pulse site. I would plop down money for a Pulse membership right there and then if they're like, oh yeah, you can get your Vipers, your Cobra Infantry, all the figures from us, because you know we've T, was it you that, or Matt? It was you that talked to the Hasbro rep as well.
No,
was it you, T? Somebody got information, talked to a Hasbro rep, and said that the issue is that.
I was watching that on that was me. I was watching that on a podcast.
Okay. But yeah, the Cobra Island stuff, it's just, it's bad. They need to address it. They need to have some sort of solution, whether these...
And that's the thing, too, like turning off the chat. And again, it's almost a disgrace at this point where every time they live stream anything, even remotely related, the chat's getting blown up for Hasbro's live streams with, hashtag Target sucks stuff. Like, you gotta just, you cannot continue to turn a blind eye to that. You have to address it somehow, even if it's to say, hey, we hear you guys, because we know, that's the thing. We know you hear us. You turned off the chat and disabled, knowing that what these guys were saying, you may not like it, but it's your duty too. Again, these are just toys. I know that, but
yeah,
you still need to be like, look, we know there's a problem. We're going to address it, or at least acknowledge it. You
can say it's just toys, but it's their business. It's like, it's the same thing as like, you could say to like Leinenkugel, like Leinenkugel makes a grapefruit shandy that I really like, and they stopped making it. Yeah, whatever. I like it. A lot of people like it, but it's just like, oh, it's just a beer. We'll come back out with it eventually, But it's the same thing. It's like, you have customers that are passionate about your product. I've seen a lot of collectors leave GI Joes because they're like, I can't build an army. Yep. I don't want to do it.
But that's the thing, though. That doesn't hurt us. That hurts them. If we decide that we don't, it's just toys to us, but it's their business. So they're the ones that need to get their shit together.
All Hasbro cares is that Target buys X amount of cases of figures from them and hands them X amount of dollars. Once Target gets that, once Hasbro gets that money and sends those cases to Target, it's good luck, kids.
It does affect us in a roundabout way, though, because like, why did G.I. Joe take a massive hiatus? It's because they had product that wasn't selling the way it should have been. Now, this stuff does sell, but I feel like by the time we see G.I. Joe like saturated on the shelves, it's going to be characters that people don't care about, and people are going to go like, why should I care about, getting, God, I don't know, what's a really obscure character?
Barbecue.
Yeah, Barbecue. Why would I pick up Barbecue when I don't have Duke or Destro or Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow or Scarlet or Roadblock? Why should I care about these? I can't start a collection here.
But that's the thing, though. Saying like Hasbro doesn't care about that, I don't get that, because this is another situation where you have droves and scores of people that are waiting to give them money for a product that they've already produced. Man. This is not us asking for something off the wall. This isn't us saying like, God, I wish I got this figure with these accessories. No, we're saying, look, you released an awesome Cobra Island Viper. You released an awesome Cobra Trooper. Like, give us more of these. That thing that you've made, make more. We'll buy them.
I know. I'm just saying
we want to give them more money for a thing they've already done. It's like when Nintendo re-releases a game on Virtual Console. Like, we all go buy it again. That didn't cost them hardly a damn thing to put that back out.
Nothing to engineer, nothing to...
Right. And they know that we're all nostalgia fans that go out there and buy it again. It's just, I don't know. It's mind-blowing to me. And I know the pandemic's affected some of that, but that excuse is wearing thin.
Yeah. And like I've said numerous times already, I think that they're at an arms race to get out wave after wave after wave. It's like, look, guys, just slow it down. How about instead of saying like, oh, well, the pandemic's slowing us down. Okay, money's tight for people. We get it. People can't spend as much as they used to. So just make sure you get out the figures that you can, give people time to buy them, and restock your figures. Like the Miles Morales wave, people want those. People want to get them. Right. You can't, not everybody's going to be able to go out and say, like, I got to go to Target. I got to buy all of these at once or else I'm never going to see them again. They got to move away from that.
The Miles Morales wave is coming back.
Well, good. I mean, I'm glad, because I know, like I said, I know a lot of people wanted to get it. People wanted those hand ninjas. People wanted Peter and Miles and Gwen.
Right. And times are tough, man. Like, how many times do you see posts where people say, like, oh, I found the thing I was looking for, but I had to pass by it because I didn't get paid this week, or I get paid next week. Like, that kind of shit. Like, I bitch a lot, but I'm in a position now, thankfully, where if I see something, I can probably get it and worry about rearranging some money later. That's not, and again, I don't mean to like gloat, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to take that for granted, that there are people that are like, I can't get this right now, even though I've searched for it and I see it, and I sucks that I found it, but I got to move on.
So Nate brings up an interesting point here too. He says it's not true. Dave. For example, as a small retailer, I get invoiced for all my orders I put in, but then they don't ship everything as promised. And they tell me that they'll ship more as soon as they get the restock, which sucks because I have to wait for the restock to finish orders for customers. So it's like it's trickling down to the small shops too. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff that I have on pre-order, even with BBTS, like it's hit some retailers, but not even BBTS yet, and they're like the biggest online toy store. Yet it's like randomly, like Command Store will get their stuff. Like what's up with the pipeline there?
Meanwhile, I went out to Target and Walmart today and saw Target had 2 full waves of the House of X, and Walmart had like 1.5. They had every figure times 2, and just randomly, like all of a sudden they're flush with them.
You guys have seen my videos from my North Carolina stuff where it's like just pegs.
Yeah,
nothing on the pegs, just pegs.
Well, that's most Targets and Walmarts in Maryland right now. It's just pegs, and then you go and suddenly there's like a couple cases of stuff out, and then it's gone the next day.
Yeah, at what point do you look as a franchise or as a chain where you see that your aisles are all of this real estate in your store is consistently empty and void of product? Like, at what point does something click with somebody that this is fill it with something? I mean, Christ's sake, like
and
all this extra space.
If you're Walmart or Target and you have these empty pegs, you're like, what good is this toy aisle? You know, it's empty space in my store. And it's not, it's not doing anything.
In the Pikesville Target, they just figure, let's throw everything all over the place and make it look like there's something there.
All right. Well, let's.
This is what I've been told is exactly what happened with every GI Joe that happened in my area. Yeah. They got 1 case. That was it.
Yeah, that was the same in mine. When I spoke to the people
for the entire year, they only got 1 case, and that was it.
No, that's the same.
Like, up there, they put the sticker up there, they put everything up there, and they've left them there since.
The Annapolis Target, that's how they were. The management said so. They were like, "Yeah, it's we just got the 1, and that's it. We don't know when there's going to be more." So it's like, well, who's in charge of ordering these? Who's in charge of requesting them? It seems like there's a big disconnect between the retailers and Hasbro.
Yeah.
But if you need that reaction special edition Bumblebee or Optimus, God damn it, Target's got you covered, man.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think the horse is beaten.
The horse is beaten. Let's talk about Zemo.
Let's do a little dance.
Yeah. So, yeah, there is a Falcon and Winter Soldier Baron Zemo coming out. Is he
Looks good.
Yeah, spring 2021 release. Did you say buying?
Yes.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like he might have seamless double joints or pinless. I hope. Normally when characters have a jacket, there's always single joints, and I hate that.
Notably, this looks like a new jacket.
Yeah.
A brand new jacket. It doesn't look like they're
not that weird flowing thing. Yes.
Yeah. It would be nice if they did a new Nick Fury with that jacket.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things, with the exception of the Captain Americas, because they're just basically repaints of each other. All the MCU stuff or Disney Plus stuff has always been original molds with almost no reuse, as opposed to the comic stuff. There is no Bucky Cap for MCU stuff. It's all original tooling.
Well, Nick Fury got
Widows. That's about it.
I was gonna say Nick Fury got that same Marvel Legends jacket.
They have been using that suited body for a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Coulson.
Yeah, but it's still, you know what I mean. I'm just like,
yeah, no, I get. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Like this, like that shirt right there. We'll never see that. I don't know if we'll ever see that shirt again.
But yeah, and he also looks like he's going to come with hand options. He's got the pointing hand. So yeah,
Men call him Zemo. Women call him all the time.
Next up, if anybody watched the new trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife, I mean, they showed off the mini puffs. Hasbro is doing a line of surprise figures, little end cap figures. And I mean, these look okay. The face sculpts on these are way off.
The whole sculpts are pretty soft, if you should ask me.
Yes.
I mean, marshmallow jokes aside, that's. I mean, the sculpting looks soft.
It's an easy cash in. I mean, they're little slugs, single mold.
Yeah. They're painting them better than they do most figures of this size. I mean, hey, there's even transparent plastic on here.
Who's producing it?
It says Hasbro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
they're just slugs. So
that little clip from the movie kind of made me realize two things. One, I don't know, the cutesy Stay Puft little dudes make me nervous that there's going to be a little bit too much of that crap in the movie. I don't know. We'll see. Like, I don't know how I feel about that right yet.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there. I will say that, like, watching that little teaser, I thought two things. I was like, wow, this gives me vibes of the original Ghostbusters, not Ghostbusters 2. I like Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters 2. I will say that. But it gave me kind of like vibes of the original Ghost because it was like sort of creepy. But I wonder if this was originally in the movie or this was just added as a reaction to the child from Mandalorian.
Right.
Here's my prediction. First of all, it gave me a very good Gremlins vibe.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it gave me in the
here's my movie prediction. Okay, so today is April 8th, 2021. It is currently 10:42 Eastern Time, and I am currently saying all those marshmallows are going to melt together to one giant marshmallow.
I think so.
It's you're gonna get that initial little cute scene. You're gonna have your little Gremlins thing, and then they're just gonna blob together to one big thing. That is my prediction.
What were you gonna say, T?
It gives me nostalgia for the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking at it. I was thinking about Pillsbury. It took me a second to. It took me a second to realize that was Stay Puft and not the Pillsbury Doughboy. Yeah.
I agree with Jedi Mindset here. Is that the fact that they don't have smiles on their faces is kind of like the issue. These look like if Kenner made them back, like the sculpts actually remind me of Kenner from like the 80s. These look very much akin to like the retro toys, and that's what I'm getting from them.
The second thought that came to mind for me with that clip is that I had the realization that Paul Rudd is the exact same character in every single thing he ever appears in. That the man has, while I like him, he has zero range. That is still Ant-Man, is still the dude from Friends, and every other thing that Paul Rudd's ever been in. Like, that is the pleasantly befuddled nice guy next door, and it's always there's no there's no difference.
Have you seen Clueless?
Not for a very long time.
I think a lot of it started with, well, actually, he's a different character in Anchorman. I mean, but I think it's like Clueless. I don't know, role models. He was. I don't know that he was like Clueless and befuddled there, but you're right.
I was like, that's how I felt about Vince Vaughn for a while.
Right. Same kind of thing. But anyway.
What about when he was in that Super Nintendo commercial? Paul Rudd.
Yeah, the very first Super Nintendo commercial.
We all wanted to play video games in a drive-in theater after that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chaosu and Yamcha, not Yamcha, Tien. Figwares. I wish Joe was here for this.
I think they look fine. I think this is the TN we should have gotten the first time around.
Yes.
What's the little thing name?
That's Chaosu.
Chaosu, and he's full. The one that came out before was just a statue, like a little
Yeah, I
accessory.
like
He's fully articulated.
His character is a real blast.
But
He always got me was like in the original dub, his implication that Tien could grow his hand back, and I always wondered if that was done like to make it kid friendly. Like when in the Saiyan saga, where I think it was is it Nappa that cuts his hand? Or I think Nappa just like popped his hand basically, and Tien's like, or Chelsea's is like, you just wait till it grows back. I was like, can that happen?
It was probably for kids, just like when on Voltron, when they used to kill the soldiers, and it was like, it's a good thing these guys are robots.
Yeah. And Sven couldn't even stay dead either.
Yeah.
Like, we found him. He's fine. Don't write us letters, parents. He's fine.
You should just like walk. You just walk into a funeral and just go, it's a good thing he was a robot. Walk on out.
Oh no.
So man, I don't know about these guys, man. There's two here in the pack, but this is $125 US retail. And all they come with is some alternate face sculpts and some alternate hands. And that's it. No blast effects, no anything.
What's going on with this crotch here though?
All right.
That's their new style, but they have it rotated upwards. You normally don't see it, the legs facing forward like that, but that's standard for what they're doing now.
He should be Goku price.
I agree.
And this set should be $70.
Right.
And Mark 44
I don't know. There's not a whole lot to say about these guys.
Were they in the Tournament of Power?
Yes.
I might want them. Yay.
Nate says, yes, that was editing for the US.
Yeah.
And,
Voltron's big on that. They had a lot of that for the US.
I figured. I mean, the thing was Dragon Ball Z was syndicated, and you could get away with a little bit more on syndication back in the day.
Well, they still sent them to another dimension.
Yeah. Sidebar, isn't Super 7 a month behind on showing off their Silverhawks? I think they are.
You know what? Take your time and show me a good product as opposed to rushing me something saying, yeah, we might try to fix that.
Well, speaking of taking time and showing off a good product, NECA, we heard about this one a while back. But NECA, who worked with...
have more color.
Well, it's like a work in progress, man. NECA is working with, and we talked about this a while ago. Judith Hoag, the actress that played April in the first movie, was working directly with NECA, and NECA has updated us with some work in progress shots of the movie April that we'll be getting. I think this looks pretty damn good. I'm curious what's going on with the knees here, whether this is just like, hey, we're sculpting it, or if NECA is going to re-engineer.
That's their weird joints that they use sometimes in the elbows.
Yeah.
Like they swivel at both ends. They even got her little butt chin thing, her dimple.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. It looks dead on like her. I got ninjas. I got turtles. I could care less.
Oh, April's like the main character, though. You got to get that. You got to get it. Like I still need to go through and put it in order for that Danny loot crate.
I'm kind of with Dave on this. Like I don't know. I'd have to. The finished product might sway me in a different direction, but I'm not seeing this as a necessity.
It's April O'Neil. Come on.
She could have gone.
Yeah, but it's not the April that I think of in my mind. The April in my brain has got the yellow jumpsuit on, unbuttoned all the. Never mind.
I mean, this is basically, it's a person. It's a great looking person, looking exactly like a person. But I mean, I could watch TMNT. When I think of that movie, she's literally the last thing I think about. I think about the turtles. I think about Shredder. I think about Casey. I then think about Foot Ninjas. Then I think about freaking Ernest Reyes Jr. Then I think about. Then I remember. Oh, right, Sam Rockwell's in that movie. And then wasn't there a girl in this movie at some point? That's how I look at the movie.
A girl that changed from one movie to the next.
Yes.
So
that's the other part too. It's not like this is the definitive version of the character. You know,
I think about April and their kind of creepy animal-human relationship.
I don't think it was there. I mean, I always thought it was between her and Casey. I'm in.
Mikey said he got a you know, his shell was tight, man.
That was the Bay Turtles.
I know. It still was a thing that was said.
I'm just again. I'm thinking of Sam Rockwell before I'm thinking of her.
Oh.
We digress. It's a good looking figure, and if you want an April, then goddamn it, you're gonna get one.
And she's gonna be pleased to have her likeness immortalized in action figure form.
She is super excited about it too, isn't she?
Yes, cool. I'm happy for her.
I am too. I think it's great that she.
I'm not getting an action figure made of me. You're not getting an action figure made of you. Zero's not getting an action figure made of him.
Well,
I might make an action figure of T-Man, but you know,
there's an unofficial one.
Somebody might action figure.
We're all gonna get pops made of us eventually.
Yeah, exactly. You can even order them.
Did y'all see the Inspector Gadget pops?
No, I didn't see those.
No.
I just seen it today. So stay tuned for my toy hunt sometime this week.
Next up, we've got we got a couple more things to talk about.
Skip.
Well, this is the Stearns Pinball Crate. You can get this at Target. It's showing up now. You get an exclusive Shredder figure in here.
Shredder looks good.
Yeah, my understanding is he's supposed to look as he appears on the pinball table itself.
Oh. Yeah, he looks good. But since I already got him,
I ain't probably paying $50 for a beanie that I'll never wear.
Did you say 150?
No, it's $50, but that includes the beanie.
I think it's neat. I'm not going to get this set because it's just the Toon Shredder in an alternate deco. I have no attachment to the pinball table.
So they're separate?
This is all together. So you get a keychain, you get a T-shirt, beanie. Is the pizza coasters? I can't tell.
Magnets, I think.
Magnets, yes, magnets. The shirt's cool. The shirt's really cool, actually.
The only box thing I've ever been pining for was that Mirage Shredder. That's about it.
Yeah.
I want to clarify something for anybody that seems hurt by me saying pass and whatnot. This stuff it's very, very awesome. I think it's very awesome, and I hope somebody can get it that really wants it.
Yeah.
But I already have that Shredder, and I'm satisfied.
I mean, that's it. I'm with T-Man. I mean, it's kind of like I'm not collecting this line because I got too many damn lines. But people who are collecting cartoon stuff, life is good. Ooh, Marvel Legends.
Yeah. So let's. So FanFest kicked off today.
Ooh, they had a taboo guest.
They did.
He was awesome. I almost cried like 2 times listening to him.
Not too much revealed on this thing today.
No, it was a teaser.
Yeah, it was a teaser. So the real thing's kicking off tomorrow. So if you're looking to kick back tomorrow, and hopefully work is gentle for everybody, and you can tune in and check it out. I believe it's 5 tomorrow.
Are you going to show the one aggravating reveal they had today? The one grating, aggravating.
I believe I am, but if I don't, keep me honest.
I will. So
first thing we get is, hey, if you're building out your Star Wars skiff display, you get a Weequay figure. Then this one's kind of aggravating. We're getting a new Star Killer.
That's the one I'm talking about.
No, you get to vote on. These are the ones you get to vote on which one you want to come out. It's either him.
I want it 6-inch. God damn it!
Yeah, that's not 6-inch.
Yeah, this is. I already own this. I might still own it. I don't know if I sold it already. But he
Oh, I
pissed me
remember
off
you
because
reviewing that.
he has 5 POA hips, but he has articulation everywhere else. That drove me up the wall.
Well, this is the
Like,
one
why
I
do
was
you have
talking
rotating knees if you
Hold
have
on.
5 POA hips?
1 second here. Dude, don't even call me that. The amount of crap that's back here, I collect plenty of damn lines, all right? I'm allowed to skip one.
Cut the
Yeah.
crap. Come on, man. This show is full of crap, all right? If we cut that, there just wouldn't be any show. So we're not going to do that.
Gavin collects everything, so we have to like everything.
Anyway, okay, but yes. I want my 6-inch Star Killer.
Everybody does. I'm hoping that's a reveal tomorrow, but I'm not.
I would be so happy. Deluxe. Make it a deluxe set with hands and all that junk.
That's true. If they make it a $30 set, load it up, and I'll still buy it. I don't give a shit.
Yes. I would sign up for
that. Years ago, we got the Rogue One assault tank, and now you can finally get a driver for it. Of course, Republic Troopers from the old Republic.
Wait, all of these are the votes, right? Yeah, I think all these ones they're showing right now, you have to vote on which one you want to come out.
They're all eventually going to come out, though. I mean,
there's no way you'd put a troop builder on as a vote thing. That's
And
anyway.
Sportimus does have a good point here. Why does it even matter? You never see these in stores anyway. I will say, like, it's 6-inch Black Series, and especially the 3 3/4 stuff has been sparse everywhere.
Check your local comic book shop, Sportimus. I'm not even kidding. Check them out. You'd be surprised what you find there. My man's got legs.
Yeah, so we're finally getting a proper cannonball. What'd you say?
It's in Domino has double jointed elbows.
Pinless.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 faces, apparently.
All right, we'll go back here. Yeah,
Cannonball has 2 faces as well.
I also wonder if the shoulder pads are going to be removable on Domino.
No.
You think they're glued on?
Yeah, well, this is also an homage because way back when there was actually the 2-pack of Domino and Cannonball as well. So it's a meta homage of doing them as a 2-pack. Now, what would be really cool is if that waist could actually separate, and I can put the blast effect on that body as well.
They showed the legs first. Did you see that picture?
Yeah.
It had a peg going up. I don't know how the peg worked on the previous release.
Oh, you didn't get that? You didn't get that Cannonball?
No.
See if I can find it.
If my ideal one would be having a head with the goggles over his eyes and being able to switch them out.
Well, he's supposed to come with another face with looking
hopefully
like
hopefully that'll have his goggles down too, though, while yelling. Which, though, if you know Cannonball's power, it's kind of redundant because he projects a force field out when he flies. That's why Cannonball.
Not seeing the pictures for that, but for tomorrow, I searched in 13 hours. So yeah, it's gonna be in the morning. Here's the schedule for tomorrow. Starting at 11 tomorrow morning, they're gonna start the live stream. They're gonna kick it off with the Fortnite brand panel. So we'll probably get a look at those figures as they're coming out. Yep. So
and they're showing Dinobots.
Well, I think that's just a placeholder image because those are definitely the Combiner Wars Dinobots. Well, that's kind of like Evergreen Grimlock right there.
I'm looking forward to the new Power Rangers. I hope they do decent Zords for the new series.
Yeah, I'd love to see some Lightning Collection Zords. I mean, the Zeo Zord, the Zeo Megazord that came out, that wasn't Lightning Collection. I just want to see some Zords that are maybe like $30 figures that are like highly articulated. They don't have to come apart, but like, yeah, they're 6-inch figures, but they're still in scale with the monsters. To kind of like make the monsters like double up in the display.
I get what you're going. I get what you're going with that. I get exactly what you're going with that. But I mean, nah. I like my bricks, my brick Zords. Take them apart, put them together.
Brick.
So we get the G.I. Joe panel after the Power Rangers one. I'm sure that's going to be full of pain. Then the Marvel Legends or the Marvel brand panel and the Star Wars brand panel. And then the FanFest pre-orders will go on after that. So if you're
first
for premium members first. So let's see if they come out with anything worthy of people buying a subscription to Hasbro Pulse. That'll be a to be determined thing.
Of course they will. It's mandatory that we say that. Everything will be great tomorrow. They will have nothing but good toys.
Let's
Will you get your hands on said toys? Only if you order from Nate Toys and Collectibles.
Well, on a good, we'll end the show on a good note. As I said in the beginning, we're gonna give away another Figure Action T-shirt tonight. Go ahead tonight, right here and now. I've been recording. No, you can't join.
No, lame. Is Chris Barnes in there?
I believe so. Let me go through the list.
Hurry up and put those lists up, Nate.
Oh, Chris just signed. Okay. And Nate, I still need to get with you for the other giveaways. Now, like I said, I probably won't be on the next couple of shows, but I'll still make sure we get all that stuff sussed out. So let me make sure we get the wheel aside on here. We're going to do, let me make sure this is set up so we're doing an elimination because that's the most fun.
So don't get sick or a life, Matt, in the next 2 weeks.
I'll still be doing notes.
I'll learn this damn software one way or another.
All right, let me make sure we got everything up.
Sportimus T and Jordan got HasLab Unicron.
Yes, if you look at the thumbnail for tonight, that's my dog.
That's my dog.
He's looking very skeptical at Unicron. All right. Oh, gotta hurt.
He doesn't need it anyway.
He would never wear it.
Newton.
He might.
Wait a minute. This is not eliminating. I did a bad thing there. Where is
restart?
Remove the choice after Seleno. Yeah, we'll restart.
You're back in, everybody. Woo!
You're back in, everybody. Winston won one anyway. He's good. Now takes eliminated for real.
Hi, Sportimus. Aww. His fiance would look so awesome wearing that.
Wait a minute. Why is it not? Oh, you know what? All right, third time's the charm, man. This is why I need Joe. Where's Joe? Oh, you know what? Is Toy Mafia in there? So there we go. See, it didn't work because we didn't have Toy Mafia in there.
You're just toying with these people's emotions.
I am.
Yeah, see Tech Checker.
Yeah, Tech Checker's in there.
He's in here with the commoners.
Watch Henry win.
I was just about to say that. Watch Paik win now.
If Paik wins it, I'll laugh because then he's got to wear it in public.
With his Crocs.
You put him in sport mode, son. There goes Baldwin.
Deluxe should have a shirt already.
No, he doesn't. I've been telling him, like, you got to buy one.
That Wingham. Come on, man. Dude, if this happens, I swear. Was Sportus in there twice? I still think his fiance would look great in the shirt.
Oh God!
Oh, there we go. Now between Buddha,
Kevin Law,
and Daniel H, you're our winner. So just
Yay!
Email us.
Yeah. figureactionpodcast@gmail.com. Just let me know where to send the shirt to, and I will get it ordered. Also, let me know what style of shirt you want. You can get the Figure Action Vice. You could get the Figure Action Hub, the Mandalorian style shirt. I know Joe did a recent design.
Tech Chucker says, he lost. Start it over again.
So again, anybody looking, you can go to teespring.com/thefapshop, and we've got a bunch of different designs. You can get the G1 style, you can get the Mandalorian, the Fap Hub.
Once again, anyone is wearing the Dave shirt, I will personally sign it.
I tell you what, though, if while this is shirts, if you did happen to want the Dave mask, I will make an exception. So if you want the Dave mask, I'll get you the mask or the gator, one of the two. So Daniel, let me know.
You're like, the shirt.
But yeah, just email figureactionpodcast@gmail.com. Let me know what design you want, what size, and where to ship it to, and I will get that one ordered for you ASAP.
I believe our email address should be in the description.
In the show notes.
In the show notes.
Sportimus says we need a Dave thong too.
No, we do not.
Well, the question is, Sportimus, are you going to be wearing it?
Probably.
Also, too, I guess you could probably hit us up on Instagram as well.
Or Instagram.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for tonight. It's been awesome chatting with y'all. Great hanging out. And Sportimus says he's maybe going to be wearing that thong. Anyway, we'll see y'all right here. Same Figure Action channel. Same Figure Action.
Junk.
Subscribe to me.
Make sure you check out T-Man978. T, thanks for being a guest tonight. No, I'm just kidding.
Thanks for chewing with us.
Yeah, thanks for chewing with us. Anyway, we love you all, and we'll see you next time.
I promise.